This is the start of round 2. First cycle of round 2.
First cycle round
It's March 25th.
March 25th.
Blood pressure is good. No fever. Even lost a couple pounds.
Lost a couple pounds.
136. What else? And I feel good. I don't have any aches and pains. That week off was helpful, I guess, for my body. And they're just gonna draw my blood and see if everything's okay for me to get chemo this day. I was supposed to say this week, but this day. They're gonna draw my blood to see if everything's okay for chemo today. So prayers that everything's okay, so we can get chemo today. We're getting chemo, two different chemo treatments, and immunotherapy today. So that is the goal.
Call her the rapper.
Yes.
Say it one time.
Did it rap?
They rap.
The
They
goal.
say they gonna draw your blood.
I didn't even know what bar I spit it. Go ahead.
I forgot. It ran.
It was fire though. I must have been fire. It touched you.
It
touched you. It must have been fire. Go. I want to try to get them to see if they can see how they draw my blood from my port. Hear it rattling. That's my port. When you come here, you gotta put like lidocaine medicine on your port. This is the port, and you gotta cover it in plastic so that the lidocaine will stay on and numb this whole area. And then when I go back, they'll pull it off and they'll clean it up, and then they'll take a needle and poke it right down through here, and then they'll pull out the good stuff, the liquid gold, the life.
Yeah, so that's that special plastic, you know what I'm saying? It's called sandwich bag. Yeah.
We ran out of saran wrap, so we cut a plastic bag, cut a sandwich bag up and put it on here. It works just the same. Plastic is plastic. But that's how you gotta come. You gotta come prepared, numbed up. Then I got like aching, and it kind of woke me up in the middle of the night. The achiness.
Did you take something for it?
I took the Claritin.
You think that made a difference?
Not right away, but it did help because I took it like next couple of days,
Okay.
with it.
Yeah, Claritin, and you could even also add like Aleve or Advil.
Okay.
Yeah, the two would work together, so you could certainly do that if the one's not working.
Okay. Yeah.
And anything else? So no fevers at all?
Nope.
Okay. And we'll end up checking your blood, see where you're at.
Okay.
And you haven't noticed anything on that right side?
No, and that's what I was going. I was like, it feels like really soft, like everything feels like the whole breast feels soft.
I mean, it's pretty good to get that quick response.
What is that?
Feel it. So we'll have to go. I mean, it's good because the treatment's working.
Yeah.
It's getting rid of the cancer, and even maybe there's a little bit of dot of cancer somewhere else we can't even see. We know that's getting taken care of, with this. So we can end up having to see once we get you through the 4 treatments, and then you go back and see Dr. Ruiz. He's going to do an ultrasound. He may not see it.
Wow, yeah.
So we'll have to talk with him about what he thinks we should do. But we'll have that chat. But that's a good discussion to have. Hey, we can't see it.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Right.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yep, very good.
Yeah.
So is there anything else happening? Anything I need to know about?
Only this, it like was feeling like sore.
Right.
Like just soreness. And I didn't know if it was me because I was doing push-ups or that. But I did feel like soreness. And even like now when I kind of graze the area, it feels kind of sore.
Yeah, I don't usually worry about soreness because that's usually not a sign of cancer in the breast.
Okay.
That sounds more like a muscle thing that you're going through.
Okay.
All right, well, it's good that you want to stay active and busy and doing things. So,
yeah. I'm taking I take Taekwondo classes.
Oh my gosh, okay, so you're
So I'm still going to
you better
Taekwondo.
watch out.
Yeah.
See what my wife did to me?
Right. And I've been able to still do it and feel, you know, feel fine.
Actually, you know, people who can continue to exercise during treatment always do a whole lot better. Feel better with treatment, you know.
Oh, okay. I wish I would have known it in the past. I would have got myself on the track or something. But
yeah, well, we've learned a lot over the years, so that helps. I mean, this one treatment you're getting is fairly new. It's only been the last year or two that we're doing it for breast cancer. I mean, we've had it for a few years, but using it in breast cancer is relatively new.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're coming along great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead. We'll see what your blood count is. I'll decide if I need to change the doses. But I think we're going to have to do the same thing. Plan on you coming back the off week and maybe getting a dose of the shot. But let's see.
Okay.
And we'll see how that goes for you.
Okay.
Any questions? Anything else?
No.
All right, 1 of 4 down. Let's keep going.
Yes.
You're doing great.
Thank you, Dr.
The best I can imagine.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I prayed for that this time. I said, Lord, let it be easy this time.
So now you know what to expect. So
yeah.
That always works out better that way.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I record you?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Only because I have a YouTube.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right, good blood return.
Awesome. The smell always gets me though.
Yeah.
Alcohol, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's when I push that saline in, so a lot of people, they'll like eat a mint or something while you do it.
Oh.
And that helps. Piece of candy.
Yeah. I remember that next time.
All right.
Thank you.
Can I do? You can get his vitals if you can. If not, I can. Is it 30 minutes? An hour.
Hi. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic.
That week off helped.
Oh, you got a week off.
Yeah.
You were here last week.
I came in to get the just to draw the blood though and get the
That's
shot.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Any dizziness or headaches?
Well, I say headaches, but I don't think it was related to this.
You don't?
No.
All right, just flushing it
Okay.
with heparin.
Yeah.
And we'll take this off.
Okay.
Sorry, it's gonna be super sticky.
It's okay. I've never not gotten one.
I know. Stinks.
I know.
Well, hopefully, just giving you this week off will bring you up.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
See you next week.
All right, y'all. Hello. Today is March 26th, 2022, and I have to share with you all what happened in these past 2 weeks. But first I want to say, this is my first video recording. This is the first video recording that I have done since I released the first video. And when I released the first video on my YouTube channel, that was how I told basically not everybody, but that's how I told a lot of people that the breast cancer had came back. That was the way that I did it. But I tell you, the support from people, like the prayers, I feel them. Like, of course, I've been praying myself and I've been sharing with y'all, my prayers and what I've been praying. But I know the prayers that people have been praying for me have been getting through. They have been getting through, and I feel them because I have strength. And I'll tell you why, a little bit more why. I know your prayers are working in it. So I just want to say thank you. So now I just want to share with y'all what happened on my week off, which was March 18th. March 18th, last Friday, I didn't have chemo. In my last videos, I shared with y'all how I felt after chemo. And I kind of gave y'all a schedule of how the rounds are going to go and how the cycles go. So I finished my first cycle, which was March 4th and March 11th. My first round rather, which was March 4th and March 11th. That made up cycle 1. I finished that one. Thank God I did that. We did that. And so that's the victory. So I had March 18th off, right? And then I was supposed to start, chemo on the 25th. So on March 18th, I actually went to the doctor because they wanted to check my blood levels just to see like how my blood was reacting, because chemo does do something to your blood. It does cause you to react, even if you don't feel what's going on inside your body. Your body is reacting to those drugs that they put in you. So I went March 18th just to have blood work done, just to see what my levels was at. And so went in, had the blood work done, and then it came back in the same day, because science is so awesome. So my doctor saw where I was at, and everything looked good except my white blood cells, except my white blood cell count. So what happened was my white blood cells dropped significantly. They dropped so badly to 0.5, which is a critical stage. Your white blood cells should not be that low. And what, for those who don't know, white blood cells help, protect you from infection, sicknesses, they help, protect your body from stuff like that, and when you don't have them, you're prone to being sick. You're prone to being around people and getting sick, catching whatever colds or viruses they have in them. And we all know COVID is out there, and it would not be wise for me to be around a lot of people, a lot of groups of people, and groups of people or children, because, I can get sick from them. My sickness from them will not be like their sickness that they have. If they give me something, I'll be way sicker because I don't have the white blood cell count strong enough to fight it off as they probably do. So so that's kind of what white blood cells do in our body, do for our body. And those white blood cells are made in our big bones, our thigh bones and stuff inside the bone marrow. So what happened was I went to the doctor, had this blood test. It looked at all my my counts, and so I was at a 0.5. To put that in perspective, I'm supposed to at least be 1, right? Now, when I started the whole chemo process on March 4th, when I had my blood drawn, I was 2.5. So I was good standing. Then the next week, March 11th, because I had chemo on March 4th, it dropped down to 1.4. So it's been steady dropping. And so when I went in March 18th, had my blood work drawn, it was at a 0.5. So it was very low, which is called critical. So after that, my doctor then recommended I had to get a shot, rather. So then I had to get a shot called a neutropenia shot. So I got the neutropenia shot, and they put it in the back of your arm. They push it in really slow. And the shot's job is to go into get the message to your body, get the message to your bone marrow to say, hey, make a lot more white blood cells. Because what it was, the chemo was working, and my body's trying to fight off what the chemo was doing, but at the same time, I'm using up all the white blood cells, and my body's just not producing them fast enough to help my body out, to protect my body against anything else that may come, and they may come into my area, my space, right? Or I may be exposed to. So that's the point why I need a white blood cell. So the neutropenia shot that I got tells my body to say, hey, make way more white blood cells than what you are doing. And so I had the shot. I felt fine. I got home that night, and I just was like, I felt real just down all of a sudden. I felt real tired all of a sudden. And then, so what happened was, then that night, and I was trying to sleep in the middle of the night, like I passed out, I felt really tired, went to bed. And then that night, like my body was like, my body just woke up, and I could feel the bone pain from the shot. Like you can actually, if you probably feel like a flesh wound, but that shot makes you feel it in your bones. Like you can feel your bones talking, working. You know, you can feel it inside. So it gives me tough bone pain that, you know, kind of got to fight through. But it's doable. I could do it. You can feel it, but I can work through it. But it is a weird, it's a weird pain. So had that, and then one thing my doctor told me was what to do was take Claritin, like take a Claritin pill. So I took a Claritin pill, and it did help ease the bone pain. So if anybody that had the Neutropenia shot or have to get like the Neulasta shot or something like that, if you take Claritin, just, you know, like the allergy medicine Claritin, it does ease the bone pain. So that was a tidbit given to me, and I think it does work. I think it did ease it, and so hopefully that can help somebody too if they have to have the Neulasta shot or the Neutropenia shot. So no chemo on March 18th. But the good news, because it's always good news, it's always good news. So, okay, so I went to go to the doctor, right, March 18th. And he said, he asked me, he said, Tiara, did you feel the area? Did you feel the lump? And I said, no. I always say no, because I don't go, poking and prodding around around it. And so he said, did you feel the tumor? And I said, nah. So he said, okay, let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. My doctor examines the area, right? He do an exam, and he was like, I don't feel it. I said, what? He said, Tiara, I don't feel it. You feel it. You feel it. So I go to feel the area. Y'all, no lie, I don't feel the thing. I don't feel the tumor. I don't feel it, and I ain't crazy because the doctor don't feel it either. It is, you don't feel it. Like it don't, when I tell you, when it was there, it felt like a thumbprint. It felt like just as big as my thumb. It did, because I could, it's right on the side. You couldn't miss it. It was like, ooh, oh my God. I'm trying to compose myself. Thank you, Lord. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. He don't feel it. This is saying that prayers work. Y'all prayers work. And that's what I meant to tell y'all about. I say, I'm going to tell y'all why the prayers work. That's why they work. Because I don't feel the lump. The doctor don't feel the lump. Nobody feels the lump anymore. And what it kind of feels like, you don't feel no lump there, but it just feels, for me internally, right? I feel like it feels kind of like jelly. I feel it feels really soft and jelly-like the whole breast do, both of them do, but I don't feel no lump at all. I don't feel no lump at all. I don't feel no lump. The doctor don't feel no lump. Now, this don't mean we stop with chemo. This don't mean that, right? Or so I thought. I don't know. I'll tell you why. But this means that the chemo definitely is working, y'all. The chemo definitely is working. In the past, I always got my tumor out first doing surgery, and then I went and did chemo. They never left the tumor in me. They always was like urgency, like get it out before it do, spread or anything. And this time I just think that it's more encouraging that they left it in, because since they left it in, it's like watching it work, versus in the past, I was, okay, I got the tumor out, I hope it worked. But then, you don't get like real-time results of it working. You just hope, it's killing whatever else that could be in you that's lingering. And so for this, it's like, oh my gosh, it ate it. And that's how I'm gonna just say it in like a simpler form, like a simpler way of saying it. Like the chemo actually did its job, it's doing its job, and it is eating the tumor, eating the cancer, Like, so I kind of, at first I was like, I don't want to leave it in. I want them to get it out. But I'm glad, because they give me encouragement. It gives me encouragement that that it's like on a real-time basis that it's working, versus me having to head a tumor out and then just hoping and praying that it worked. So for me, it is encouraging to leave it in. It gives me more inspiration to be like, yeah, you know, it's working. I'm glad. Let's go. That's what it does for me. And so it's something new, and I like it. I like it. You know, and I'm glad and it's working. You know, but yeah, I blew my mind for real. I was when my doctor said it. When my doctor said it, I was like. Because the last time he felt it, he was like, it's still there, but it's working. This is only after one cycle. And now, for it now, to go back in the next week, and he was like, I don't even feel it. Like, I don't even feel it. I don't even feel it. And he was so happy. He was laughing. And I was laughing. And it felt good. So it feels really good. I feel really good. And so in spite of the neutropenia, I still feel good. And so that's why I say y'all prayers work. So that was the week of March 18th. Now we in this week. Today, like I said, today's March 26th. Yesterday I was supposed to have chemo. But what happened was I went in, got hooked up with the port, met my doctor. I told him I feel great. I'm not having any, you know, long-lasting side effects. I feel good. Still able to exercise. Still able to take my martial arts class, and I feel great. And so he was like, yes, we're doing good. We're moving right along. So we went into the chemo center where I get the chemo at, and they hooked me up, got my port done, got my port hooked up, then I got my blood drawn. Then we found out through the blood drawn, because they just draw your blood and they test it. So they tested it again, and this week the white blood cells is still too low. I was at a 0.7, and like I said, I have to be at least a 1 in order to get the treatment. So this past Friday, I was not able to get the treatment because I was at a 0.7. So in between 1 week, March 18th, I was at a 0.5. March 25th, I was at a 0.7. So I wasn't able to get chemo this week. And so I was like, so they unhook you, you get to go back home. But even though you don't necessarily want the chemo, you do want the chemo, because I was like, man, I want to get it over with. I want to get everything over with. I want to be on schedule. I want to be on time. I want to get it done. But God. So I was like, dang, I couldn't get the treatment because it was too low. And I just was, just talking with my husband. I just was like, yeah, dang, I couldn't get it. And then I was like, what if God say, oh, that's it? What if he say, you don't gotta get it no more? I don't know. I'm just trying to put it in perspective. I just say, Lord, I trust you. Lord, I trust you. If I can't get it this week, I can't get it. But I just said, God, you're a great big God, that you can take it away. You can be like, you had enough. That's enough. That's enough. So I'm just trusting God throughout this whole thing. So wherever he lead me, wherever we go, whatever happens, I trust him. I said, I'm following you. You leading me. Let's go. So that was that. And so the plan now is to go back, of course, next week, and get the treatment. Hopefully my white blood cells will be up by then. I'll go in, same thing. They'll check it. We'll see where I'm at with it. My doctor did say, he may reduce the strength of the chemo, because obviously it is working, right? The tumor, he can't even feel it anymore. So obviously it is working, but it may be too strong, for me, because my white blood cells aren't able to, my bone marrow is not able to keep up with what is being pushed in. So it's not making enough on its own. So we'll see where I'm at. So he may just go ahead and reduce the amount, because he said it is working, and so maybe we just need to reduce the strength of the chemo, so that it won't be as overpowering to my body. But the wonderful thing about it is that, even though I'm getting the chemo treatments, and even though like it is having an effect on my body, right? It's having a direct effect on my body. But the reason why I say like prayer work, people praying for you work, is because I don't even feel it. Like I don't even feel it. Like I'm still working. I'm still going to, exercising. I'm still going to martial arts class. I'm still, running around with the kids. I'm still, working with a nonprofit. I feel good. I feel good. But my body's, is saying one thing, but that's just the strength. It's just working. So that's why I love God, and I love y'all for praying for me, because prayer works. Because even though my body is reacting, I don't feel it. I feel like I have a lot of strength, a lot of pep. I feel like I, just keep going. Sometimes I may be tired and I just go ahead and sleep. I give myself that grace, go to bed, take a nap, whatever I need to do. But for the most part, I feel really good. And so that's the part I thank God for. I thank y'all for that, too, and praying with me on this journey, because that's how God is showing himself, in me, because it's nothing like in the past. Nothing like in the past. Chemo in the past was very, very hard. It was all the horror stories that you heard. This time, it has been so different for me, and I thank God for that. I actually prayed for that. I said, Lord, if I'm gonna have to go through this thing, make it easy. You said that your burden is light and your yoke is easy, so make it easy for me. And it has been easy for me, and I thank God for that. And I know that everybody don't have that experience. Not everybody is experiencing that, and so I thank God for that. But I just pray. I just tell you, when I surrendered that to him, and I said, all right, I trust you on it. It's changed for me. It has changed for me. Life has changed for me. And so, like I said, I thank y'all for coming on this journey with me. I know I covered a lot in this video. And I look forward to sharing more good news. More good news, more great things, and talking about how God has laid things on my heart, and how my outlook on life has changed too, and I thank God for that. How He just opening me up. So I believe it's purposeful, and I'm glad that I can share that with y'all and be positive, and I feel good to do it. I feel good. I feel good, and I'm glad for everybody that is able to pull something out of the videos. Pull something out for them personally. That's what I really want. For y'all to pull something out of it purposefully, and make it personal for you, and because I'm making it really personal for me, and I thank y'all. So that is the deal. That is the summary. White blood count low, but we're going to keep on pushing. So that's what's going on with me. Good news, y'all. Good news. They don't fear the tumor. That is the good news. And I'm excited about that. And yeah, that's the journey. So that's it. That's where we're at. But thank y'all for coming with me. I love y'all. And yeah. God is good all the time. So, all right. I'm ending it now. Have a good day. Bye-bye.